think I was in New York watching I think I was on Broadway. I watched some live. I don't know what I just watched, but that was a performance. Like, I think these dudes could take their performances and literally just go do that. They could literally just do choreography on the road and probably sell out. That was crazy. That looked at like some, I don't know, that looked at like a play, some type of movie play scene. It didn't look like a dance practice video. It was crazier than that. That looked like a mini movie. Welcome back to the React Room. I'm your boy Dom K. Back in here solo dolo again today. You know what time it is for us today? Dance practices. As an avid person, as an excited person, and a person who can't dance, I admire people who can dance so much. There's nothing that I can do dance-wise. I can't move side to side. I can't keep my feet coordinated. It's one of the most difficult things to do in all of the entertainment industry. You can find a lot of people who can sing, but you can't find people who can sing and dance and perform, which brings us to Jimin, one of the best dance performers in the world while singing. I think him and Jungkook, as well as J-Hope, but I'm talking about vocal-wise singing, those two have the most talent that I've ever seen. Recently in these past years. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the other guys, but it's not about them, like the Chris Browns of the world, Ushers of the world. And I know people, when you compare people, they be like, oh, how can you compare me? Listen, I understand you're fans. Stop it. These are the top performers in the world. Chris Brown, Usher, Jimin, Jungkook, and a few others. But those four really stand out to me when they perform. I've never seen nothing like it. The closest thing is this guy right here. You talk about a performer. This is the gold standard for everybody. And that's the level that a lot of these people are headed that I just named. So with that being said, we're going to get into who Set Me Free and Like Crazy, all dance practices, and we're going to watch art at work. Ever since we recently just saw the Set Me Free video, I didn't pay too much attention to the choreography. I just saw that it was crazy. It reminded me of Black Swan. So I'm going to really lock in on these dance practices and see all the moves that Jimin was doing. And I'm going to let you guys see what's going on afterwards. So here we go.
Never met, but she's all I see and I never met, but she's always on my mind. Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? If every day I think about her, yeah, every day of my life, then tell me why I haven't found her. Why? So many people and places to go. I haven't found her love. We never met, but she's all I see at night. Never met, but she's always on my mind. Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? I'll take her places they ain't found yet. I'll put it all on the line. I'll be there so much she can count on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's so many people to see and places to go. I haven't found her love. We never met, but she's all I see at night. Never met, but she's always on my mind. Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? Is she someone that I see every day? Is she somewhere 1,000 miles away? Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? 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 Never met, but she's all I see at night. Never met, but she's always on my mind. Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? Is she someone that I see every day? Is she
Man, this is almost not fair. First off, you can tell when you watch Jimin dance, you can literally see the training. Like I can tell people who've trained for dance and I can tell people who just naturally gifted. That is natural gift, that is work ethic, and that is also just the best training. Like I'm not going to even say the best training. I'm going to say really good training and really good focus. And listen, he moves like a black swan, like a swan. Like I can't tell. It looks so smooth and so effortless. It looks like he's on stage doing ballet. Like every time I see him dancing, it's like he putting, he works hard and he puts the effort in, but it just looks like it comes so natural. That's how great he is at it. Like just even these dance practices, 3-4 minutes straight of just movement nonstop, and they humming the words a little bit, maybe singing a little bit. Like just to remember all of that, the balance, a lot of those spin moves to keep your breath. And I just don't know what to say, man. It's extraordinary to watch. And not just because it's him. If anyone just did what I just saw, I'd be like, wow. Like, I've seen a lot of choreographies, but they kind of like pause. It's not really, I don't know. It's just something about their choreographies, the way they do it. It just seems like so much time went into it. So much effort went into it. So much planning. And like I said, just the way he moves like a leaf in the wind. It's just natural, man. And let's get on to the next one. This is Set Me Free Pt.2 dance practice. Looks like a movie. Crazy. Got on a jacket and pants.
Set me free. Set me free. Set me free. Set me free.
Jimin got on black Air Force Ones doing it. Wow. Yo, yo. Did I just watch Broadway and opera? I think I was in New York watching I think I was on Broadway. I watched some live. I don't know what I just watched, but that was a performance. Like, I think these dudes could take their performances and literally just go do that. They could literally just do choreography on the road and probably sell out. That was crazy. That looked at like some, I don't know, that looked at like a play, some type of movie play scene. It didn't look like a dance practice video. It was crazier than that. That looked like a mini movie. That was a mini movie, a mini theatrical event. Shout out to not just Jimin, but the whole crew with that. That must have took incredibly a long time to do with the timing. To have all of the hands going at the same time and have the movements going side to side like that. To have that many people in that big of a sync and then to have him pick up and then throw him at the end, him catch his balance. Like, all of that stuff is just incredible. You just watch something like that and think, oh, man, that was just, there goes Jim. And just, no, that is extremely difficult to do. And this is why artists on the other side of the world don't do it. They don't do it because they can't. That is too hard to do. And it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work ethic and a lot of mental strength to even continue to practice to do that, to make sure the time is right. That's why artists would rather just have no one dance, or they'll just have a background dance. They'll do a few moves because they don't want to take the time to learn something like that. That was impressive. Even though I like Who the song better, that what I just witnessed is probably the craziest dance practice individually I've seen from anybody solo, or really just, that was crazy. That was really crazy. Like crazy. You see what I did there? But that's the next song up. But I'm not ready. Set Me Free. Those dancers deserve a raise. And Jimin, like, listen, man. Can you go solo just doing dance practices around the country? What if Jimin just did 10 to 15 dance practices and just did, like, he went on tour just doing dance practices? I think he'd sell out. I'd go to watch 10 or 12 of those shows. I for sure would. Just let him do like one, take a break, another one, take a break. If he could do like 4 or 5, I'm sure they got the stamina to do like 4 or 5 of those. But man, whoa. All right, man, let's get to Like Crazy. This is Jimin Like Crazy. Dance practice. Witnessing greatness, ladies and gentlemen. Grab you a drink, cold iced tea, a coffee, a water. You're witnessing greatness. Have a sip. crazy dance practice. That was outstanding as well. I felt like I was in the video. I'ma just put them all in one loop. Let's be honest. That stuff is crazy. It's not easy to do. It's tough. Dead Like Crazy was incredible. I just need to know, how do they remember all of this? How do they remember? You know how big their discography is? Do you know how many songs they have dance practices for? Do you know how many songs they have choreography for? Like, how are they remembering all of this year after year? And I get it, it's what they do, but they're adding more and more and more as they go, and they're gonna add another album. They're gonna probably add another solo. Like, how do they remember this stuff? How do they move so great? My overall interpretation is this: if I had to pick one of those, of course, Set Me Free would go number one, just because of the amount of difficulty it took. I'm not picking between Like Crazy and Who, Can't Make Me, Can't Force Me. They both equally good. They all 10s out of 10s. So it doesn't even really matter what's 2 and 3. So look, at the end of the day, it's like this. You got people who try to dance. You got people who want to dance. And you got people who dance. Jimin is those people who dance. That's crazy. I've never think I've watched a solo person do 3 or 4 dance practices in a row. I could watch his dance practices all day. You can tell he's really well trained, really disciplined. He really pays attention to his craft, really well balanced. And I can tell he's a perfectionist. I know they probably did these 100 times before he was ready to put that one out. Incredible. Bravo. Excellent. There's nothing more I can say. Jimin's might be the best dancer out right now. I don't know. It's hard for me to judge and not see everybody in the world, but I got a pretty good thumb on it. I'm gonna go Jimin right now. But I'm supposed to check out John Cook dance practices tomorrow, so we'll see. So you guys tell me in the comments, man, what do you think about Jimin's dance practices? Who, Set Me Free Part 2, and Like Crazy? Which one was your favorite? Do you have favorites? Are they all equally good? Where do you rank Jimin as one of the best dancing performers in the world? Where do you see this going in the future, and how does he remember all of this? Please comment down below and tell me if there's any other videos I need to see, like regarding like how he prepares or where he does or history about this. Please put the links down below so I can check them out, so I can learn. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Remember, always with love. Peace.